Okay, so in 2022, story time. In 2022, when I was driving on the Highway 1, my proud XJ.W red cross-track mobile. When I was following the green lights, in 2022, the first thing I did when I got, so after I'm like, been in jail and been in remand and like, I finally get to the psych ward. Okay, so finally the psych ward is like, yep, you're ours. Okay, somebody gave me a crayon and I wrote on my door, on the outside of my door. They're really big. I wrote on it. I was so angry. And I saw this crayon and I was like, ah! And I wrote, it's J period W period, not Jew. But I can see the miscommunication possibility. I can see the reason. Whoa, there's a miscommunication. I think. What if we just gave those Jews the benefit of doubt that they don't endorse the Jehovah's Witnesses? How about we ask Israel, do you like these guys? Do you like these Jehovah guys? And they would have an opportunity to be like, oh, you're not gonna like be like the Nazis again? Like, hello, what if they're so, I don't know this. I'm just being artist with storyline idea here, okay? So bear with me. Grizzly or black. And if you answer grizzly, we will know that you're having a really bad day, okay? Thank you for telling us. No, don't go grizzly yourself. Okay, please don't do that. But thank you for telling us, and we'll keep an eye on you today. And if you're like, oh, a black bear, we're like, okay, have a good day. What if, just idea here. What if the Jews and the Jehovah's Witnesses are actually not connected? Are they? Like, do we know? How do we find out? Because I have a feeling these Jehovah Witnesses have just been out here saying they're the new Israel, throwing some other country under the bus all the time, while they're in USA making big bucks from celebrities, and in Canada enjoying this peaceful, wonderful place. My plan was, in 2022, my plan was to try to get to their headquarters in Canada, which is north of Toronto, Ontario. I was trying to get there, and I was going to plan to live in my car for a bit and just try and see what I could see from outside the fence. Just surveil them, see whatever I could find out. And I didn't make it there. I was forcibly stopped in Thessalon. It's called Thessalon, Ontario. It's where I was arrested. And I had a mental breakdown for sure. It was very frustrating to me because I wanted to go back out there, whether I was on foot or however. I wanted to find a way to get back to that headquarters. And the police and the doctors all agreed that basically I should not do that. And I should just try to get better and not be on a one-woman mission to go and try and surveil them on my own. Because they thought that made me nuts. And they thought that is unhealthy. And a number of things. Also, I danced too much. So we're on antipsychotics now for what will be over 2 years. And I just upped my dose. And I can definitely handle more because I've had a couple situations in the past few days where I thought I would be a lot louder and aggressive about what I had to, how I was talking, but it's definitely been helpful. I've been able to handle a few bullies and just say, hey, thanks, and move on. Because the thing is that bullies really hate when you thank them. They're like, oh, I was trying to ruin your day. And you're like, I know, you didn't. Thanks for trying. I know, just thank them. Just thank them and then get away from them. And just like I don't know, you can block people in real life. You can. You can just shun them in real life. Like, you can. It is possible. Like, you just pretend that they're not there. Like, for real, you just can. Like, if you don't like someone, you don't want to talk to them more, that's fine. You can just ignore them. And they'll just start to ignore you too, hopefully. If they're not, like, nasty. Usually, at least in a school setting, if you're like, I really just don't like you, and I'm just not going to give you no feedback, It's like, no feedback. Well, okay, I just won't give you no feedback. What are we going to do about these Jews? Because blowing people up is a little bit past just being able to be like, oh yeah, you do you. It's not really like a you do you anymore. That's like a, could you not? You are bringing us all down here. But look at like what the Jehovah's Witnesses have been doing. The Jehovah's Witnesses have been saying they're endorsed by Israel. We need to give Israel a chance to show us that they have attempted to stop the Jehovah's Witnesses. We need to find, probably however long ago, we'd have to go back probably in history and see them trying to prove their innocence of separativeness from these Jehovah's Witnesses. Like, the Jews must have something, or they really are connected, and then this is really bad. So, there's like two main possibilities. I feel like right now with world status, like today, like based on today, I can't guess for no future. I know I can hope things and I can wish things can be so, but that does not make them so. So as much as I really hope that these Jehovah Nutbars are really on their own, and that's only the amount of terrible people we have to deal with, and Israel's actually just kind of like totally been, well, what if it's not their fault? And now they just are like, everyone hates us and we never did anything wrong. Wouldn't you kind of want to start blowing everyone else up too? Wouldn't you guys be like, yeah, like, you'd have a boardroom of people being like, yeah, like, what the heck? We never did nothing wrong and they still want to kill us. And they, like, let's just do it then. Let's just say it's us versus everyone else and bomb them away. Because do you think they're just going to stop after after Palestine? You think they're not going to be like, okay, then we're going to, and then, like, maybe it won't happen in the next 100 years, but then they're just going to take over all that, and then, in who knows, in 200-300 years, then they're taking over the next huge, whatever bit of land. Or we can try and convince them that we have educated ourselves about the Jehovah's Witnesses, and that we want to ask them if they have proof, we will believe them if they have tried to stop and be separate from them. But otherwise, it looks like they're together, and we have a lot more bad people working together than I think the average person realizes. And I know, just from living obviously on the other side of the curtain, what I know about the Jehovah's Witnesses is not maybe what people will speak out about online about, maybe, or okay, maybe only in the last however many years, right? So I'm just trying to stay in my lane here. And I'm just trying to say what I know. Because there's also a lot of things I don't know. So don't get mad at me if I am not correct about the situation with the Jews. But I will tell you what I know about how bad the Jehovah's Witnesses have been. And they do it in Israel's name. So that is going to have some effect. You have to please understand that. Okay? I mean, check the records. So, no, don't just take it from me. Look it up. Look it up. Google it. Find 4 or 5 different other things that say, like Jehovah's Witnesses are saying this stuff. Because even if you look at their publications themselves, if you're brave enough to go on their jw.org website, you're gonna see that they they have search bars. You can search through their organizational propaganda and find answers that you're looking for quite easily, because it's still operational as far as I know. So check it out. But they really have been doing all this bad stuff in the name of Israel. So I don't want to promote offing nobody. So I only ever want to find out what evidence there is. I don't want to. The thing with some people that want you, it's like the flat earthers, it's like some of them, they'll get evidence that's contrary and they won't accept it. That's not me. I like evidence. I like the idea of science. I like that we record history and then we make opinions. We don't just to understand what's really going on in the world right now. I really need everything about the Jehovah's Witnesses